Speaking of things that you want, Christina, you had a book?
Yes. Well, I'm going to use the original title. Fuck Fairyland, number 3, Image Comics, written by Scotty Young, art by Scotty Young, and Jean Francis Bellou. Close enough, probably, to the pronunciation. So yet again,
Jean-François
yeah,
Bellieu.
I can't do French. I can do German, which is just harsh and angry. Um,
Not a lot
so
of love
Johann
poems in
Frank
German.
Bellew.
yeah, just angry, just yelling. Um, which would go great with this book because Gertie is, absolutely crazy and yelling and all that good stuff. So at the end, issue 2, we left Gertie where she was going to be attacked by zombie fawns in a town, and so we pick right back up there, and she has destroyed all the zombie fawns with her awesome trusty axe. My favorite part is where she's singing, and I just want to hear it set to the tune of "It's always, you'll always look on the bright side," because she starts it, but hey, let's look on the bright side instead. So I really felt that I was like, that was a nice maybe, and it probably is a nod to Monty Python, um, which I appreciate. And then her taking out making sure that everybody's dead. They're using their, I guess, you know, Larry has this bag of tricks, and so I guess they just randomly pull out a dragon because why not? And just torch.
I feel so bad for the Narrators Guild in this book. They just get murdered left and
Oh,
right.
I love that. I love that. It's like, and it was horrible. He's like, "Oh, I thought he was a zombie. My bad. My bad. My bad."
Oops.
But I love that when she's walking away from the fly, the flame, and she's like, literally, like she's like, "Larry, bitch, you're killing my vibe." Like I'm just
Yeah.
walking slow mo away from the
From an
fire,
explosion. Yeah.
from an explosion, with my axe,
Let me
shit-eating grin
stretch.
on my
Yeah.
You
face.
guys don't look at
Oh,
explosions.
just I love the imagery. Is just it's hilarious. I mean, everything that is drawn is interesting, funny. The next scene is the queen going to basically the elders trying to figure out a way to get rid of Gertie. And I love all the characters. I freaking love the soft
I
serve
like the
characters.
pair in like the tuxedo. Yeah.
Yeah, just the
Their council
randomness.
of
Yeah, they're the Council of Elders, but they're just so freaking random. The clock, which kind of makes me think of like Beauty and the Beast kind of clock, Cogsworth, where
right.
it's like, but she's like which looks like an evil clock. Um, and the monster with the horns and the stripes kind of looks very Monsters Inc., but also kind of like Sesame Streety
Yeah.
or Muppet. I loved
Muppety.
I loved
Yeah.
all the characters. So she
Yeah.
comes up with this concept of, and the mushroom dude. She comes up with this concept of that, we'll just invite someone new to Fairyland, and they'll kill, they'll find the key, they'll get out, and then at that point, if there's somebody else who finds the key and gets out, then Gertie is now a citizen of Fairyland, and she cannot leave, and then she's
We can
mine,
kill her.
basically. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
which
kill
I
her.
didn't really understand that logic.
Well,
I,
I
I
think
I don't either,
because
but I'm guessing
I think
they're
my
no longer.
understanding is because she didn't complete the quest that she's not that the gate is open again and now she's a resident there.
Yeah, she
You know.
can't leave, basically.
Yeah.
She's Somebody else got out. She can't leave. Now owned by Fairyland, I guess. Um, so she's come up with this genius idea, uh, which will be later in the book. We'll get into. Then we go back to Gertie attacking a polka corn, freaking half centaur, half polka dots, half
With a
unicorn,
unicorn.
unicorn
Or,
Yeah.
well,
horns.
no, it's an alicorn.
So weird. It's
Yeah.
hilarious, just freaking hilarious. And she, in her fleeing after shooting his horn off, uh, basically falls down like just like like a giant, I guess, cavern, whatever. Just falls down onto the ground and is like out. Gertie's out. And the next several panels crack my shit up. This is the best part. Larry just there under the leaves, and he gets the idea. I'm going to build a house. I'm gonna now find. It goes through like several, like it's like raining and then it's like snowing and then
He has a family.
he
family
finds a
leaves. Yeah,
lady. She leaves
Then
him. He burns the
he
house
burns down the
down.
house. Yeah,
burns the
drunk
fucker to the ground.
starts firing his
Drunk,
gun in the air. Yeah,
drunk, and all of a sudden, both of them get waken out of their stupor about uh, by Happy, which is the sweet, of course, the absolute sweetest little girl, just like how Gertie was when she came to Fairyland. And she's like,
so
oh,
adorable.
oh my god, like just ridiculously adorable,
She
adorable,
really looks like
adorable.
she's from like Powerpuff Girls. Is really what she looks like
Yes,
to me.
yeah, she's got that like cute hair and just all the giant big eyes, and she's so
The little
sweet, and
big
she's
buck teeth the kids have. Yeah.
yeah, and so she's telling Gertie that she's like, I'm here to find the key and get out, and I get to go home, and Gertie's like, no, hello, no,
I love that she's like, you must have been here forever to catch up with me on my
yeah,
quest. She's like, yeah, since the afternoon. Yeah.
it's the whole day.
It's been almost a whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you could hear it, like her voice is like super sweet and saccharine.
Yes.
And so of course Gertie's like, no, you're not. And then she charges with her lovely battle axe. And what I can only describe as the straight up Care Bear stare that comes out of
Yes.
Happy to take her out. Oh, it was like that was straight up Care Bear stare.
Care
I
Bears
remember,
stare like cannon blast.
yes. And that
That,
actually
yeah.
that is kind of the finale as we see Gertie like shot through the forest and like in a billion pieces.
I love the
So
scene where she's like leaving, where she's like, bye now, and then it's like boing,
yeah,
boing, boing, and she like hops away. Reminds me so much of like Animaniacs with
yes.
was it
I was
Buttons and Mindy? Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Animaniacs, a little Red and Stimpy, just all of that genre of comics where it was super like violent but hilarious, which is
Yes.
what we all kind of grew up on. Which I don't even know if they're allowed to do that anymore. Um, but I hilarious yet again. I love at the end. There's a little Scotty's notes where he's saying, we all know in comics there's no coming back from the dead, never, ever, 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 especially in the very real world of Fairyland. Rest in peace, Gert. So I'm sure it's not the end of Gert.
Oh, I'm sure. But man, that is a brutal
Oh,
drawing of her. That Care Bear
absolutely.
stare
Oh
messed
my
her
god,
up
that was.
bad.
And why does she get a power? I mean, what does Gertie have a power?
Because they want Gert to get killed.
Great, but that's bullshit.
Okay? Nobody said Fairyland was fair. Wait.
So yeah,
Uh,
either they gave her the Care Bear stare, or just like she's picked up like dragons and magic axes and stuff because she's done the quest right. Maybe she's
Yeah.
gotten powers that Gert should have had if she'd actually done her quest instead of like getting high and murdering people basically the whole
I have
time.
the candy and killing everyone
Yeah.
in her path.
Yes.
But that's fine.
But I can't imagine that Gert didn't do that the first time.
She's not very good at figuring
Yeah.
things out though.
No,
She's-
she just takes she
Valid.
takes she takes violence first. It's like I'm going to punch you first and then I'll figure it out later. She's like that, which is very me sometimes. So I
You're
You
like,
like to
which
define-
I can't blame her.
I like her for that reason. It's Scotty Young. I love it. I love his crazy hilarity of just it's seriously like slapsticky, kind of foul humor. So yeah, he as long as he keeps writing it, I'm in, and pretty much anything he writes, I love. So